Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Entertainment Plaza in Review with your host, future Hall of Famer Moses Plaza, Master G, Andy De Jesus, Scott Marshall the author, Gylan Brown, the one they call Smoothie, Angel Rivera, and from YouTube.com/Psychosics, Brian Plaza. This is the Entertainment Plaza in Review. Hey yo, you are watching the Entertainment Plaza Reviews, chico. Rest in peace, Scott Hall, rest in peace, Razor Ramon. Had to get that out the way, guys. What's going on, man? Welcome back to the Entertainment Plaza Reviews. Today we are reviewing, don't laugh, bro. You're going to make me laugh, man. Hey, chico. Today we are reviewing, what are we reviewing, man? See, you guys messed me up. We're reviewing
Boys
Diabolical. Yeah. The Boys presents Diabolical. But before we do that, let me remind you, you are watching on twitch.tv/the Entertainment Plaza. If you cannot or don't want to watch it live, you can catch us on YouTube. Just search for the Entertainment Plaza podcast. And if you want to see it, or not see it, but listen to it in audio format, you can catch us on any podcast service. Once again, just search for the Entertainment Plaza podcast. Now, you guys may be wondering where Angel is. Well, he's not here today. So it's just myself, my brother from another mother. Brian, what's going on, man? What's new?
You.
I like that. You just get a haircut, bro?
Of course I did. You know, gotta look fresh for all the ladies that aren't on our screen.
That's that Beijing right there. Andy, OnlyFans Andy. That's what we call him in the streets. What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Enjoying the St. Patrick's Day. How you doing?
Good. Oh, it is St. Patrick's Day. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, sir.
And then my boy, Scott Marshall, the author, Gylan Brown. What do you have to say today? Gylan's having some technical difficulties, but he's going to join us. He's going to stick with us on the chat here, and he's going to help us out a little bit. But let me find the chat. All right, we're good there. But anyway, so we reviewed The Boys Diabolical. Now, if you guys are probably wondering, what exactly is this? Let me give you a little bit of synopsis exactly of what The Boys is and what The Boys Diabolical is. So, The Boys presents Diabolical is an American adult animated superhero anthology series that premiered on Amazon Prime Video on March 4th, 2022. The series is based on the comic book series The Boys by Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson, and serves as a spin-off of the television series of the same name. This anthology series was released in 8 episodes, each using its own animation style. So, Brian, let's start with you, man. There was 8 episodes. Each one was 15 minutes long. Do you have favorites? Which ones do you feel like really hit? Which ones were kind of like, because I have like 1 or 2 that I was like, I didn't really care for them. And then there was one very specific episode that I was like, yo, this one. And Andy's laughing. We're probably thinking about the same episode because we're little dirty old men. But so, Brian, man, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, so I watched it. I liked it. All the animation styles, it was fun seeing all the different styles come into one. It was definitely really interesting. The first episode, I thought that I was having some weird audio issues. I was like, what's going on? I'm not hearing nothing. That's part of that episode. The first
favorite one, right?
Yeah, my favorite, I'm probably gonna have to say it's gonna be between either 7 or 8. Only because episode 7 was sad. It was so sad for no reason.
Right.
And then episode 8 is kind of like the beginnings of Homelander. So you kind of really got to learn about that a little bit more. So I really did like both of those 2 episodes.
Yeah, I agree. Episode 7 was... So that one is not canon to the show, but that one is canon to the comic books, apparently. I've never read the comic books, but that one was really sad. I mean, it did hit a little bit more than, I thought it would. And then episode 8, that one is canon to the show. So that shows you how Homelander, who is supposed to be like the poor man's version of Superman, I guess we can say, right? So
Yeah.
he's Homelander. That's how he became who he is. And if you guys haven't watched the shows, you know, he is a Superman kind of wannabe, and but he knows he has superpowers. He knows he can get away with anything, and he does. So I definitely recommend the shows. But Andy, what'd you think about it?
It was different. I liked it. I like the fact that it was short. You know, you can enjoy a quick episode here and there. You know,
Right.
um, but I struggled to really like stay connected with it. Like 'cause then each episode was its own episode, so it's kind of nothing leading on to something else. So I struggled with like binging all of it. It took me like 3 or 4 days to do it. Normally, I would have passed. You know, I would have flew through that in like a
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, me personally, I actually really liked it. There was the first episode that had no audio was kind of cool because it did go back to like some of the old Tom and Jerry days where there was literally no you know, well, I guess Tom and Jerry never really talked much, but
Yeah,
you know, the old
right.
school cartoons where it was just music and the visuals, you know. But I did like it. It was once again, let me not once again, but let me iterate that this cartoon is not for kids. Like this is rated MA.
100%.
This is something where it's like, you know, you're going to see everything and anything in these. So, but that first episode was called Laser Baby's Day Out, where um, it's a baby that they're trying to figure out if it can control its powers, and they realize that they can't. So they tell the people at the facility, hey, we got to get rid of this baby, we got to kill him. But the doctor that was taking care of the baby was really like, you know, no, I can't let this happen. The baby escapes, and it's a baby girl, I believe, starts killing everybody. By the end of it, and by accident, it starts killing everybody by accident. It's not on purpose. But by the end of it, you know, it was where she could control her powers, and that by the end of the 15 minutes, it was, you know, a couple guys left, and she's like just laser beaming everybody in half through their hearts, through their stomachs and stuff. So it was still good. Don't get me wrong. But you know, it
The
wasn't my
core was
favorite.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Pretty sure that that was hinted at in one of the episodes in the actual The Boys.
hmm
There was a part that I vaguely remember watching where they walked in to go find Compound V,
hmm
and there was this baby in a test tube, like this huge like containment chamber, and the one guy actually started using the baby as a weapon to defend himself, and I'm pretty sure it had laser eyes too.
That's interesting. Which episode was that? Was that first season, second season?
I think it was the first season because I'm not too far into the second season.
Okay. Yeah, so Gylan, who again is on screen but can't really talk to us right now, he says, "Can we talk about episode 5? Took us back to old school cartoons feeling." I'm not sure if he's talking about the same two. Okay, it's just two separate things. So we're gonna learn sign language today. So episode 5 is BFFs. That one's that's actually why one I didn't like. I just saw it
Oh,
on
it's
here.
so weird.
That one was so weird. So this one was written by Aquafina, who, if you guys don't know her, she's in a lot of like, she's like I hate to say this, but like a ghetto Asian girl. You know what I mean? But this one was so weird, dude. And I don't know if you guys want to talk about it, or if one of you guys want to start talking about this episode.
It was hilarious. Is the one with the ship who controls the feces and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, I
Oh man,
was
I was
like,
dying with that episode, bro. It
dude,
was weird to watch, but it was hilarious, bro.
it
Like,
was really weird. I actually kind of felt uncomfortable at times. I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I
so this
but did you know
episode
that Seth Rogen was the drug dealer
in this one, oh yeah,
in
he's
that
Seth
episode?
Rogen is a drug dealer. Yeah. So
Yeah,
in this one, so
yeah.
just a little short synopsis. The one girl and the animation. Another thing I need to mention: the animation on each episode is different, so it's actually really cool. Some look like almost like Family Guy, and some look like anime. Some look like what's
Like
the
the old school.
old school cartoons and stuff like that. But so this one was a little bit more anime-ish, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
And oh yeah, so so the girl, she gets she's supposed to go buy weed off some dude, the drug dealer, who's Seth Rogen, and she She ends up taking some compound V, which is what makes them superheroes. They're not born this way, they're made this way. So she takes the compound V, she wakes up the next day, she's like, oh, I don't feel anything. She ends up crapping out a piece of crap about that big who has one eye, an eyelash on the other side. I think corn is like what, the nose or something, or the belly button, and then the tail is a
On the
piece
side of
of
the face.
yeah, that's right. And the tail is
Yeah.
a piece of noodle in the back. That shit was so bad. Oh man, that was bad. That was bad. But this girl's like hugging it the whole time and like bonding with it. By the end of the day, by the end of the episode, she figures out that she can control all feces. So they're in the sewer, and all this poop just comes up and starts attacking the one, her adversary essentially. So,
The
yeah,
deep.
episode 5, man, man, that was actually that one and the first one were like my two least favorites. But you know, hey, who am I?
That was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was funny. Don't
I
get me
like
wrong, it was definitely
yeah,
funny.
the second one I found funny because of the weird well, the heroes that no one
So
wanted to pass
that
in with
one
the
was my
kids.
favorite
Yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 2. So
Dude, the guy with the titty face, bro. Oh my
yeah,
god,
and the picante balls.
Yes.
That one
Oh,
was
the
my
way he
favorite,
killed his
man.
dad was
Dude,
just
it
bad.
was
yeah,
so over the
yeah.
top, bro.
So it was.
That episode was way over the
So
top.
that one's called an animated short where pissed off soups kill their parents. The reason they're pissed off is because they were given the compound V by their parents because their parents wanted money. They wanted to try and profit off of their children who are now superheroes. That one was, let me see here, Aisha Cooper, who hosts Whose Line Is It Anyway and all that. She was actually the ghost character in that. I don't know if you guys knew that. Kevin
I didn't know
Smith
that.
was Booby Face. So there's like a lot of actors and actresses, in these. Christian Slater was the narrator, the one in the wheelchair. That was Christian Slater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So let me see who else was in this. There's a lot. Oh, Ben Schwartz, he's Kingdom's dad. So it was good, man. That one, with all the weird characters and stuff like that. But
The suits,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Essentially, this one was, their rejects. So the Compound V really never took, you know, hold of them like it did with Homelander or anyone else, and they just became these weird, superheroes. So again, we had
Yeah.
Booby Face, we had the narrator. That was his superpower, whatever it was. There was Papers, a guy that can control paper in any way. We
Yeah,
had
the voices were really familiar.
yeah, yeah,
The
definitely.
I know the paper or whatever. His voice I think is Morty from Rick and Morty.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and then the narrator, his voice is the father. I'm pretty sure from
So we're
Inside Job.
hold
I
on real
think it's
quick,
called.
Brian. For people that are watching right now, we're actually having a little bit of technical difficulty. One of our cameras went out. So if you're watching this, there we go. We're back. We're back.
Yep, yep,
All
we're
right, cool.
fixed.
So no, go keep going, keep going.
Yeah, no. I don't know if anyone's watched the Inside Job. That's like a Netflix special, but the father, his voice, I'm pretty sure is who the narrator was, and it threw me for a real
Well,
quick
Christian
loop. I said,
Slater.
wait a, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're probably not too familiar with Christian Slater because I mean, that was like a guy that grew up when we grew up.
Hmm.
That he was around when we grew up. But yeah, that was you're probably right. I never watched the Inside Job, so I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah,
but so there was Mo Slow. He was funny. This guy, he did everything in slow motion. So when he killed his dad, he was choking him, and this actually reminded me a lot of Family Guy. This episode where he's choking his
Yeah.
dad, and he's about to go to get him, and the
The
dad's like,
slow
"Oh, that's
motion?
it,
Yeah.
that's it. Oh, you're getting a little tighter there." Yeah. If you guys,
Yeah.
if you don't watch this show,
At first I was
definitely watch
confused.
the second one. What were you saying, Andy? Sorry.
I said I was confused with that point because it was like happening real slow. I'm like, is something glitching on my screen? Like,
bro,
but
I was sitting there like, run, get away. He's trying to kill you, and he's like, nah, he's gonna kill me, and I'm gonna just wait here.
I'm gonna take that. That's
Oh
hilarious.
man! So
Wait, go
there
ahead. What
was
were you saying, Mo?
there was the next one I was going to get to was Aqua. I don't remember that one. Which one was that one? Aqua. Let me see. That was. Let me see here. Aqua.
I don't
I don't
know.
remember that one. Yeah, that's weird.
An episode or
Yeah, in that same
character?
episode. No, it was a character in that same episode.
Aqua. Was that the guy
Oh, it
who?
was the Mexican flag water.
Oh, that's
Oh yeah.
right. Yes, yes,
It
yes.
was the useless pool.
Was it
Oh
Mexican or
man.
Italian?
Either way, it was funny. Anytime he turned to
One of
water,
the
he
It
two.
turned
The
into
colors are
yeah.
the same.
Angel, who is on the chat, said that the episode 5 was a crappy episode. Get it? Crappy?
Hey.
Oh man.
That's
But
hilarious.
so there was Aqua. Park Simmons was Kingdom, who was Aqua's dad. Retta was Ghost Mom. I don't know who that is, and nobody else really matters. But yeah, episode 2 was definitely probably my favorite. If you watch any episode, if you're listening to this, watching this, go check out episode 2. That's probably the best one, in my opinion, at least. So
I like that one and the last one. I
yeah,
like
the
the one.
last one, yeah, the last one
The
was
last one was
definitely.
dope.
So episode 3 was I'm Your Pusher. That one, actually, that one was kind of. It was all right. That's the one where the dog was there. You know, it was good.
That's the one he gave the drugs to the soup and made him like give him like heroin or something and he started flying super
Yes,
fast.
actually, yeah, that one
The
was pretty
heroin
good.
enema.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one actually pretty good. He just kept going and going and
It
going.
was
Finally went
yeah.
through the guy, and but yeah, actually that one was pretty good. Now that you mention it, um, episode number. Let's see here.
Number 4 was a little weird. It's when they put the what's it the compound B on their faces and stuff to try to make them look better.
That's right. That one's
Oh,
called Boyd
And the
in
girl turned
3D.
yeah.
the girl
She
turned into
wanted
a
to be
cat.
the cat.
The filter from the phone.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that one was actually good too. Now that I think about it,
Yeah, that episode wasn't too bad.
yeah. So
There was actually
The
nudity in
whole
there.
episode was like a
yes,
dream though.
Yeah,
yeah, that's
Because
true.
at the
I was
very
like,
end of
what?
the
It
episode,
was a dream.
it like panned all the way back, and his face is like boiling, and then he just blows up, and just now he's
Yeah,
literally the entire room. He's
Yeah,
just
oh yeah.
guts everywhere.
yeah. This one, this one was actually pretty funny. So they were testing some type of new compound V where if you put it on, you can look or be anything you want essentially. And the guy put it on his face, and he became like this supermodel type of guy. But it wears off, so over time you have to get a little bit more and put it back on, and so on and so forth. So he takes it home. His neighbor comes over. She puts some on, and she turns into this like sexy cat or whatever she's supposed to be. And like Andy said, this one was probably the most shocking because there was actual nudity. There was like a naked cat there, and you know what I mean. It was crazy, but
Yeah.
it was a good one. And again, each episode, remember, guys, you know these Guinan says how they view themselves. So I guess the guy viewed himself as a supermodel, and she viewed
Homelander.
herself. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to
Yeah,
look like
he
Homelander.
wouldn't be
That's
home
right.
later.
So and all these episodes again, 15 minutes. So I definitely recommend them. But episode 5, BFF. So which one was that one?
That's the one we talked about.
That was the crappy one.
Oh, that's
Crappy
right, the
one.
crappy one. Yes, 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 yes. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
So Angel says, I feel like the show was just making a mockery of the boys. What do you guys feel about that?
I mean, that was a lot of complaints that I read on the reviews. A lot of people were mad that it didn't kind of like mesh with the actual show. Like they just kind of like threw it together. But if you don't have the backstory of the comics, then I guess it kind of feels that way.
Yeah. How about you, Brian? How'd you feel?
I mean, personally, I don't really think it made a mockery. I feel like it was supposed to be separate, but somewhat of the same. Because
Yeah.
obviously, episode 8 was definitely a backstory. You kind of had some tie-ins, obviously with like the Compound V and some of the characters and stuff like that. So it was definitely like a tie-in. A mockery, I really wouldn't say so, only because most of those things can happen basically in real life. Your loser heroes, your things gone wrong,
Hmm.
subjects like all that stuff is very very feasible. So it kind of like makes sense, and it makes a universe that makes more sense instead of being everybody's a powered up suit. Everybody has good powers.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
So I don't think it makes a mockery out of it. I feel like the show, if you can actually argue that the show makes a mockery out of Superman and the Flash and Wonder Woman and all these other superheroes that they're mocking, So every single character in the boys is like based off of other characters from DC and Marvel and stuff like that. So I think, the boys, they don't take themselves serious. It's oh, Gylan says that the show is done a lot like Love, Sex, and Robots on Netflix. I've never seen that either, but I have heard
I
of
was
the.
thinking the same thing, the same
Yeah,
style, like different
Yeah.
episodes. Every
Oh,
episode is something different. Like,
I really
but
liked that one though. I really
but
liked it.
they were done
I'll have to,
well. They were done well.
I'll have to
Yeah,
check
they
that
were.
out. I've
The
never seen
animation
it.
was good.
Yeah, I've never seen it. He also says it gives you Black Mirror vibes, which, yeah, that makes sense too. I do agree with that one. But yeah, so every character is mocking characters from DC and Marvel, and they don't take themselves too serious. That's why I like these. That they gave reins to each director to do whatever they wanted, make up characters, whatever they wanted. Episode 7, yeah, it's canon to the comics. Episode 8, canon to the show, which was good. I think it's cool. 15-minute episodes. Let's have some fun with this, and they definitely did. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily feel like it made a mockery out of it. Um, so we talked about BFFs. Um, that's how I feel like me and Gylan are. That's us right there. Episode 5.
You said that thing from was it Black Mirror, that special episode or
Oh, no, no,
whatever?
no. That's me and you, Andy. Don't
Oh
get
yeah,
that
with the
twisted,
two
bro.
guys were
Don't
playing
get that
VR.
twisted.
Yeah, that's definitely both
We
of
about to
them.
get we
Yes,
about to get
Moses
back
and
in
Tyler for
I wish I
sure.
had that picture from GTA 5 7 years ago to post up on here, because that's how we gonna be on GTA 5 this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
But
Yeah.
so episode 6 was Nubian versus Nubian. How'd you guys feel about that one?
It made me laugh. They kept calling each other out. She was kind of like punking her, the boyfriend and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
calling him all kind of names. It was a decent episode.
Yeah, the daughter had the power like the
yeah,
entire time. It
yeah,
was all up to the daughter. Everything was just they were
yeah.
arguing. She didn't want the divorce. She tried to save it. She thought she saved it, and then they started yelling over coffee. So she literally served them both the divorce papers, and we're like, "Give it to me. I want my frickin' pony."
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Okay."
that was pretty funny actually. So I actually don't feel like oh no, that's a different thought. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of things right now. Nubian versus Nubian. That one, Aisha Tyler was Nubia, and Don Cheadle was the Nubian prince. Believe it or not, in that one. And if you guys haven't watched it, this one we see the Nubian prince and the Nubian princess. They're fighting some like rhino looking kind of guy, and they end up falling in
Groundhog.
love. What was it?
His name's Groundhog.
Oh, okay.
So dumb.
Yeah, so they ended up fighting. So Kobe Wan Kenobi PR says, which one did you prefer, the live action or the animated version? And you guys
Oh, the
wanna?
live action is it's just way better, dude. The live action's worth that.
How
Like
about you,
it's good.
Brian?
Like it's
Yeah, definitely live action. I gotta agree. It's
yeah.
just a heck of a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. So back to the Nubian versus Nubia. I agree 100%. Live action is pretty cool. That one, they end up falling in love. You see it come like 8 or 9 years later. They have a kid, but they're having marriage problems. It happens, real life stuff. And the kid goes back to the groundhog. You said is his name.
Yep.
Goes back to groundhog and says, "Hey, I need you to help my parents out. They fell in love because they were fighting you." And he's like, "Look, kid, this stuff is all for show. That was all set up. None of it's real. Yada yada." He's like, I forget what he's drinking. I forget what it was, but he couldn't open the cans. She's like, "Look, I'll open these cans for you because both his fists were like hammers or something like that. If you go fight my parents." So yeah, he does it. They fall in love again. They're just making love for the last 7 minutes of the episode, but they start arguing again, and she can't sleep because of them and all kind of stuff, and she ends up serving them the papers.
He wasn't sleeping because of the arguing.
Yeah, that's true.
That night, that night they were going ham.
Yeah, yeah, they were. Oh man, I prefer chicken myself, but that's a different story. So episode number. Yo, I'm tired, man. You gonna have to forgive me. I don't know what you got. You young kids these days, man. You always come out with these ham and I don't know, bro. So
Yeah,
episode number 7 was John and Sun He. That one was
I
again canon to the
yeah,
comics.
I didn't
Um,
like that one.
so Brian, you like that one? You want to give a little synopsis on how that one was?
Yeah, I feel like that one really it was a very emotional episode because his wife he was John was trying everything in his power to save his wife. She I think it was pancreatic cancer that she had. Um and they were told that she only had a certain amount left to live, and he wanted her to stay with him um basically forever. So he went out and got some compound V and injected her with it. She got powers, and those powers ended up backfiring. They turned into this huge monster, whatever, that almost killed everybody. And so then Sun He said, "This isn't how it's supposed to be." Um, she basically sacrifices her life to kill the monster, and then that's how the episode ends. And it was like he was crying in the ambulance because he
Yeah.
wanted her to stay. And I'm like, this is so messed up. Like, why did they do that to him? But
Yeah, that was it. I actually did like that episode. It was probably the more emotional one, and it was good to have something to break the monotony of all this crazy stuff that was happening, in the previous 6 episodes. So I did like that one. So the last episode was called One Plus One Equals Two. Um, Andy, you want to give us a little synopsis on that one? You said that's kind of your favorite one, and I'd say yeah, one A,
Yeah,
one B for me as well.
I like I liked how he struggled with wanting to be or not knowing if he was good or bad, or like he really felt like he was a good person until they kept messing with him, and the girl kept out when he grabs the girl's jaw and
Oh my
snaps it off,
gosh, man!
bro. That's probably one of my favorite parts of this whole series. It was just
Yeah, that was crazy.
because he didn't know his own strength, you know what I'm saying? He snaps her jaw off and it just drops it. She's like, she made me do it, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
the fact, and showing his power there, it was pretty cool. And I like that it, like you said, it went with the show, so it's something that you can like click with, and it had some meaning to it, and not just some random stuff that was going on. Even though each episode has like a connection to the show because of Paul and the compound V, but this episode was dope. It kind of reminded me of what Invincible, the gore that was
Yeah,
in there, and like
yeah,
the power and stuff like that. So
yeah. I
it,
loved
it was a
Invincible.
dope episode.
I can't wait
Yeah.
for the next season of that. That one was definitely really good. Um, but yeah, so yeah, this one was it definitely was my top two. I still think episode 2 was my favorite just because it was so outrageous. It reminded me a lot of a Family Guy and stuff. But yeah, this one, Homelander just started out. He's not like the top dog yet, and
Mhm.
I forget what their name is, the group, but he's is it Black Knight? Who was the
Black Noir,
Black Noir? Yeah, yeah. He
Well,
was like the
yeah,
yeah.
top dog, and then Homelander. He accidentally kills somebody. He laser beams a rifle or assault
Yeah,
gun. It blows
he
up. It kills people. And he's like, man, I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't what I was trying to do. I'm trying to save everybody. And he keeps like making mistakes. And then, like you said, he rips the
right.
girl's jaw off. That one was like, he kind of blacked out and did it. And then it got to a point where it was like a standoff between Black Noir and Homelander. And then Black Noir was like, hold on. Like what Guyland's doing. Guyland, you want to show us what Black Noir did? Because Black Noir, first of all, Black Noir is mute. He can't talk. So this is what he did for. He took out a pen and paper and was like, "Hold on, let me write something real quick for him because I don't want to die right now." He handed it to Homelander, and he's like, I forget exactly what he said, but he's like, "If you don't tell, I won't tell." You know what I mean?
yeah. It didn't show what it said.
Oh, okay, then, okay.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah. So then eventually they just came out with this, fake story at the end of that particular episode's, saying oh, there was an accidental explosion, and this is what happened here and there, and they don't say that Homelander actually killed all these people, and then that's how we get Homelander from the shows. This arrogant guy that thinks he can get away with everything and is not, he can't be touched. So, um, but yeah, man, that was the Boys Presents Diabolical. Any final words from you guys?
Is there like another season they're talking about, or is there anything
Yeah, so
commented on
season
that they're going to
season
continue?
three comes out in June, actually. Yeah, I just saw a trailer recently. I think it was last week they released it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I know the live action's coming out. I'm talking about this. Are they going to continue doing these, or do you know
Oh,
what
the
was it
cartoon
said? Or,
ones?
yeah, the
I'm not sure.
diabolical.
Yeah, I haven't heard. I hope they do because I mean they can,
They
there's
can.
so many different styles they can do, and if they're just making up stories, I mean, you can only imagine, the type of stories they can come up with. So, I would hope so.
I know. I read that a lot of people are upset that the episodes only at 10, 15 minutes. They want them to be longer, but I
Nah,
thought they were perfect.
no,
Being
that was
that short,
perfect. Yeah.
quick
Yeah, that was
story,
definitely
like
perfect.
something. He's like, if you want a quick watch,
Hmm.
something crazy out of this world, bugged out. They're nice quick watches. That's what I enjoyed about it.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. They're 15 minutes long, so I can literally on my 15-minute break watch an episode. You don't have to worry about, man, I still got to watch the rest, the other 45 minutes. When you're watching
Right.
something else. So I thought they were perfect. There's something actually the Disney Plus has something similar. It's called Shorts or something like that, where they're like 10-minute
With them.
episodes, and they talk about like different villains and other characters that didn't have much of a lore in the movies. So that's something too that we could watch and review one of these days, maybe. But Brian, final thoughts.
Uh, I mean, I really don't have much else to say. I did really like it. The episodes were nice. It's kind of what I expected of shorts, basically. Nothing too like in detail, and I did like some of the storytelling. Overall, I did like it. I watched some more episodes if they did come out with like a second season, I guess per se.
Yeah, same here. I would definitely watch another season. I hope they continue them. Even if they release them, Guyana gave us a thumbs up, so I guess he feels the same. But yeah, if they can even release two or three at a time. Hey, here's a new 15-minute episode. Go check it out. You know what I mean? So I would
Yep.
definitely catch that. But yeah, man. If we have nothing else to say, I appreciate everybody joining in. Again, you're watching live on twitch.tv/ the Entertainment Plaza. We had a couple of technical difficulties, but that's expected. Gylan, hopefully next time you can join us in audio form as well. Definitely check youtube.com / the Entertainment Plaza. It'll be up there probably within the next hour or so. And then by tomorrow morning, we'll be in every podcast service that you can think of. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, peace.